Hi, everybody. Hi, Perfectly Plexus. Plexus with Purpose is our team name. You guys, I'm just so pumped. If you saw my live a little bit ago, I was a little bit excited. Convention was amazing. I'm still running on fumes. It was exhausting, but it was so great to see all of you there that were there. Some of you live here in Arizona with me. Some of you are all over the country. Lots of Indiana and Illinois, and I just loved seeing you guys there, and convention was amazing. And you can get with people who went, and they can tell you how amazing it was. And I'm going to talk some about that a little bit. Mainly tonight, I wanted to talk to you guys about Leaders Retreat. And if you don't know already, it's in Orlando, and it's at the Gaylord. And the Gaylord, my daughter makes fun of that hotel name, but it's called the Gaylord. And it is amazing. It's like the fanciest, nicest hotel I'd ever stayed at. Like, it's just beautiful, and it's like a little city inside. It's huge, and we get totally spoiled. Like, Plexus pulls out the red carpet for their leaders. So it's a complete honor to get to go, because you do have to qualify. You don't just get to go. Like convention, you can just decide to go and you get to go. This is different. You have to qualify for it. And I want you to know that maybe you're a silver ambassador or a new ambassador. You're not even silver yet. And you're thinking, how in the heck am I going to qualify for that thing? It looks too hard to qualify for, but you really can. But before I get started on how to qualify, I want some of you who are on here, I know Lori Dorwert's on here, has been to Leaders Retreat. I'm trying to see if Tanya, I think Tanya Olson's on here. She's been to Leaders Retreat. If some of you would unmute yourself and just tell your experience of Leaders Retreat before we start. Totally put things on the spot. They didn't know I was going to ask this.
I went last year.
Tanya, yay, Tanya's on.
I had a great time. The hotel was fabulous, like Rebecca said. You learned a lot, and it's just, like she said, they really spoil you when you go.
Yes. Pink drink on tab. Like at convention, they don't have pink drink on tab. At Leaders Retreat, at least all of them so far have had that. I don't know if this one will. I'm thinking it will. So you take your Plexus cup and you fill it up with the pink drink.
One thing that I thought was really cool is the parties that they had in the evening. They had the one like dinner reception or something like that, which was supposed to be just like appetizers or something, but it was so cool. And then they had, a band playing and stuff. And then with the Halloween party, that was super cool, super fun.
That was unreal, how they decorated for that.
It just out of this world, just unbelievable. So that was really cool. And then the speakers and the comedian and all of it, it was just really awesome. You want to be there. You want to be there.
Yeah, I mean, they've had, I'm trying to remember who they had last year. They had Carrie Wilkerson last year, when she was at convention, and she's amazing. The year before that, they had Rita Davenport, and she's amazing and hilarious all at the same time. She's done network marketing forever. She was in Arbonne first, and now she's, motivational speaker for network marketing companies. And so you get trained. I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of spoiling. That Halloween party is huge. The room it's bigger than Walmart, and they go all out with all the decorations and the fun, and everybody dresses up. And it's like I said today, it's like a family reunion, and you get to meet people that you only know on Facebook, and it's just the most fun. But the training is phenomenal. And Amber, I know, couldn't be on tonight because she's got her last foster care class. But I know that she will tell you that the first year she went to Leaders Retreat, she was a gold ambassador, and that really turned her mindset around. Like, I think she was seriously thinking about quitting before and just kind of giving up, because it took her a while to get to gold. And that is what lit her on fire, and lit her team on fire too. Because she came back all excited and pumped up. And, the next year, a lot of her team was at Leaders Retreat with us, a lot of Sadie and Amber's people. So it's something you don't want to miss. You want to just take that time off on your schedule, get time off work. Hopefully you can, because it is something that you want to do. So I talked earlier today about it, in the past we've like earned it and then taken an ambassador with us, which to me makes total sense because I'd rather take an ambassador with me that's going to get more out of the business and grow and get excited about doing the business than say my husband. But they're really cracking down on it. They want you to not take an active ambassador. So that's their rule. And I think they're going to really be strict about it this year. So don't sit there and think, well, I can just go with my sponsor because I know she'll pick me because I'm her favorite or whatever. Like, don't just assume that's going to happen. And plus, I want you to work for it because you will get such a sense of satisfaction if you've worked for it and earned it. It's kind of like when I was in high school and I drove an old clunker of a car and my dad told me it would build character and I would appreciate it more than the kid down the street that got the brand new thing handed to them. And he's right. And I think when you can earn convention or earn prizes at convention, whatever, like you're just going to be so glad that you worked for it. And the thing is, how you get to convention is growing your team. So if you're growing a team and you're adding ambassadors to your team and you're getting customers, that means your business is thriving and you're getting a bigger paycheck. And so raise your hand if you want a bigger paycheck. Anyone? Anyone? Okay. Yeah, I think you do. So this is the way to do it. You have to have a mix. You have to have customers. You have to have ambassadors. And I've kind of broken it down here, like done the math. And Nicole will like this. I don't think she's on here. I don't know. But there's like a sheet that will tell you exactly how many ambassadors you need every month, even to like get prizes and stuff like that. But my goal is for every one of you on here tonight, no matter what level you're at, if you're silver, if you're just starting, if you're gold, if you're on your way to ruby, whatever, I want you all to be there. And you're going to have to grow your business every month, the next 3 months to get there. So you can't just sit back and just hope for it to happen or wish for it to happen. You have to have a plan of action. So that's what I'm going to be giving you guys tonight. I will say this. There are ambassadors, silver ambassadors, who get there by just having a huge PV customers. Like customer queens can earn Leaders Retreat. I had one on my team last year that all she did was get customers, and she didn't quite earn it, but she was close, but she didn't add any ambassadors. So she missed out. So if she just added, literally, I think she needed 2 ambassadors along with all that high PV she had every month, she could have earned Leaders Retreat. So I don't want you to miss out on that and think, I'm just going to get a bunch of customers so I can get that commission and that's how I'm going to earn money. You will earn money getting customers, absolutely. And you can earn your whole way there. There are silvers that get to Leaders Retreat just on customers. But I really want to emphasize tonight the way to get to Leaders Retreat, the way that's going to last you and benefit you for months and months and years to come is to build your team right now, because there's no better time. Lori's nodding her head. She knows. Like, if anybody that went to convention knows, like, the products we have are incredible. This whole reformulation of this and that, the 3 things, is going to change people's lives like we've never seen before. And people are going to be wanting this like never before. People are searching on Google. People are asking about it more. I signed an ambassador yesterday. I'm getting ready to sign one again tonight. Like, it's time to build your business. And if you're not reaching out, you need to be. So, okay. So basically, though, you can get to Leaders Retreat. A good mix would be having at least 500 PV, which is 500 worth of volume in products. If you're brand new, you're like, what's 500 PV? What's PV? It's your product volume. It's close to dollar for dollar, but not quite. So, and your products count. So if you're commission qualified every month, like you should be as an ambassador, you have 100 PV or more that you've ordered, that counts towards that 500 PV. So if you have 100 PV and you have a few customers, I mean, literally that's all it takes, a few customers ordering the triplex, maybe you have 2 customers ordering the triplex and one that's ordering the amazing X Factor Plus and the, cannot get the name of that right, Vital Biome, then I don't know the math, you'll have to crunch it, but that's all it takes is a few people. Get your family involved. Are your family members taking vitamins? Are they taking omegas? Get them to just switch to ours. Say, can you switch to mine for 3 months? That way I have your PV every month. That way I can go to this Leaders Retreat. How's your family going to say no to that, right? I'm hitting my family up. I absolutely am. Now's the time. So I'm not kidding. All right. So if you have 500 PV every month, that's going to help you because that's going to be 75 points that you need each month. Now, I don't have a calculator. Lori can crunch the numbers maybe, but 75 times 3, I don't know how many points that is. I should have wrote that down before I started. She's like, I don't know. She probably didn't have a calculator. She's in a hotel, you guys. There are no excuses for Lori Dorwart. She's in a hotel with her daughter on a Zoom.
225.
225? Okay.
It's 75 times 3.
Yeah, so 3 months of 75 points, which is 500 PV every month. That's helping you get to Leaders Retreat because you need, where did I write it down? You need 795 or 775?
75.
Okay, thank you, Jennifer. So it's 775. So I was hearing some other jewels talk about this. Really, you should shoot for 795 because you might have the weird one, the 1% that wants to return their products. So the last thing you want to do is be squeaking it and getting close to Leaders Retreat and have some ding dong return their products, okay? So so shoot for 795. So if you've already got, what did we say, 225 with having customers those 3 months. One way to get customers, I want you guys to really emphasize this week in particular, maybe not all months, not the next 3 months, but occasionally post about those 2 new products because the vitamin and the Vital Biome, those 2 things are great things to share with your people who think they're healthy. They think they have got it all figured out. They CrossFit, they work out, they don't need your stuff, but they might be taking a multivitamin and they might be taking a probiotic, and you just talk to them about switching. So that is a great way to build your PV. Now that's only 50 PV each one, so you might need several of those to get to your 75 points each month. But if you throw in some triplexes in there and other customers in there, you're going to have a little customer base. And I know I personally need to work on having more customers. But you also definitely need to be working on adding ambassadors. That is a big part of this. And like I said, you're not going to regret building a team. That's where you have residual income coming in for you. And there's just nothing like having a team, right? You guys all know, like, we're close, we're friends, we've bonded together. And customers, you're friends with them, but there's something about growing a team and really impacting lives and walking on this journey together. So I want to encourage you to do that. And so we've mapped it out, and maybe some of you have seen this posted already somewhere else, but you basically need 16 ambassadors a month for the next 3 months.
Oh.
I heard someone go, oh.
Oh, yeah.
Someone saying, oh, crap. Who is on there talking to me? Is that Tracy?
Tracy.
Yeah. Okay. Take a breath. All of us together. 16 ambassadors on your team this month, July and August. You have till August 30. How many days are in August? I don't know. 30, 31st? I don't know. I can't read your lips, but
31.
Thank you. Okay. 31. So it's not a short month. That's good. So, okay, 16 each month. Now, if you look at that number and you think to yourself, I can't sponsor 16 people in a month. I'm with you. The most I've ever sponsored was 11. It hasn't happened again. I'm waiting. I'm thinking this might be my month. I don't know. It's hard to sponsor that many people yourself, right? You know the saying, I'm not really a Hillary fan, but she came up with the saying, it takes a village. Sorry if I've offended anyone, but so it takes a village. It takes a team to get 16 a month. And so what you want to be doing is personally sponsoring people that will commit to being faithful, taking the products, that will commit to 90 days, really. When you talk to people and you have them signing up, you need to say, we have a 60-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't like it, you can return your product. However, I would encourage you to give it a full 90 days because if you think about it, and you can write this stuff down if you want, if you think about it, when you go to your doctor and you have high blood pressure or you have whatever health issue, pre-diabetic, the doctor will say to you, okay, come back in 2 weeks and we'll check it again, or come back in 1 month and we'll see how it's improved. No, they say come back in 3 months or 6 months. So why is it that we expect it to be any different with supplements? You know, and tell people, like, really truly be consistent. Take this stuff, give yourself 3 months. 3 months is magical for us because that, you know, we want them to be ordering every month as an ambassador and or customer in July and August. That way we go to Leaders Retreat, right? So we have a little skin in the game. That's part of our motivation. But really our motivation is to help them have that life-changing testimony. So, you know, encourage your people to commit, and then, you know, that next step is encourage them to think of people. And first, before that, do your 4 touches a month. You know, check in with these people each week. Write it on your calendar. Lori, I don't know if, did you do that Zoom today? I don't think you did. About following up in the calendar?
No. No, because you said you were going to do your live, and I was like, okay, I'll let you do your live. I'll do mine after. And then you didn't do it.
Then just do it tomorrow. So watch Lori. Lori's going to do a live tomorrow on my page about follow-up and how she has changed her life with follow-up. And she has great tips on how to do those 4 touches, because that's really important. I fail at it sometimes myself. I can get better at it. We can all get better at it. I think it's going to be critical, because you don't want people joining you this month and being turned off next month or in August when you're close to earning your Leaders Retreat, okay? So, 16, how are you going to get to 16? No, some of you might sponsor 16. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past any of you. We've got some rock stars up in our team here. Some of you are on tonight. Some of you are going to watch the recording. I don't put it past you. You could do that. But the best thing really is for you to sponsor some of those and have people on your team making up the rest of that. So what does it look like if you know, out of those 16 in your month, you have 3 ambassadors? If you can get 3 ambassadors to start duplicating what you're doing and share Plexus, then that's going to help you get 9 of your 16, okay? What if you sponsor 5 that month? If you sponsor 5 and then your 3 people are getting people, so that's 9 plus 5 is 14. And somewhere in there, you can get 2 more. And how are you going to get 2 more? You're going to talk to every ambassador on your team, or have your, you know, that person sponsor. You guys, really, when we're sponsoring new ambassadors, we need to be connecting them to your sponsor. There needs to be a 3-way thing going on here, okay? There needs to be you welcoming that ambassador to your team page, to our team page, okay? We don't want to welcome them to a bazillion team pages. People get turned off by that and run to the hills. So, you know, welcome them to, for sure, mine, and for sure the sponsor or whatever. Anyway, welcome them to a couple team pages. And then the next step is message your upline. I don't know, depends on your relationship with your sponsor, but like, get them in a 3-way chat. It is working. For the ones of you on here that I'm doing 3-way chats with, it's working. We're getting people to jump on board and go ahead and post on Facebook and not wait around about it, because that has the potential to change the people's lives, their friends and their family. And, you know, and some people are like, I can't afford this. You know, that was me. I really couldn't afford $100 a month when I first started. So that motivated me to share this, plus the fact that I didn't want my Diet Coke anymore and I didn't need a nap every day. So, you know, really encourage your new ambassadors. Ask them. Just say, how do you feel about sharing? You know, and just leave it there. Don't talk too much. Just say, how do you feel about sharing? And connect them to your sponsor. And maybe in the beginning, that sponsoring you, all you're doing is helping them just with the products and encouraging them with the products and being consistent. But they're on our team page when they join. So they're seeing what's going on. They're seeing that we're welcoming people, that we're adding every day, that we're, you know, passionate about what we're doing. We have product information on there and stuff like that. So don't be overwhelmed by that number 16. You guys can do it. Anybody on here can do it. You've just got to really actively be messaging, be reaching out to people that you know would work this business. If you are on here and you haven't already done it, make your Franks list. What's a Franks list? It's F stands for friends, and R stands for relatives, and A is associates or acquaintances, N is neighbors, K is kid connection, S is spouse, friends, or service, like church friends, volunteer friends. That's your Franks list. Make a list of 100 people that you know Don't tell me you don't know 100 people. We all do. If you're on Facebook, you probably have at least 100 Facebook friends. And if you only have a few, 100 Facebook friends and you feel like you've already reached out to all of them, then you need to build a bigger network. You need to get out of your house and you need to go meet with other mom groups or play date groups or a cooking class or an art class or whatever. Join groups online about your dog's breed, whatever it is. Like, make those connections and, and don't be judging who you're going to ask. Like, everybody and anybody that you know, and reach out to them. So 16 ambassadors. I didn't say this. It has to be for Leaders Retreat to qualify. You have to have, it's levels 1 through 4. Okay, so, if you have a big team and you've been doing this a while, you've got some 7s and 8s and 9s. Those guys don't count for your Leaders Retreat. So the focus is on you personally sponsoring and helping your team do the same. Help your team sponsor people. Here in Arizona, we're doing a ton of sip and sees and events. If you're in a different state and you don't know anybody or you don't have anybody there with you, your sponsor doesn't live in your state, I'm here to tell you can do this. When I was in Arizona and I first started, I knew not a soul. My sponsor, Christine, lived in Oklahoma. All of my upline was in Oklahoma, and I found people. Gloria was the first one, and I think Lori was the fourth one. I don't know. Amber was the third one. I think my second one quit and went away. But you know what? Like, you can find like-minded people to do this that want the same thing you do as health and happiness. All right. So any questions? No, I went a long time. I'm long-winded. I'm looking through here to see if I missed anything.
I think I just have a tip.
Yes.
For those that have really high PV with established customers, trying to convert them over to ambassadors. So that's just one of the things that I think also helps. I've done that a few times with customers. If they're happy customers, they will be very great, ambassadors, even if they're wholesale ambassadors. So.
Great tip. She's absolutely right. There are some people on this team that have over 1,000 PV, and that's exciting. That's great. I used to have over 1,000 PV. I think last month or 2 months ago, I had 1,000 PV. I definitely did not have it last month because I convert them over. Like, I get customers and then I say, hey, if you really love it, I can help you get it cheaper. Some of you guys really need to do that. It's kind of a sacrifice because then, your PV is not as high. So, that commission is not as much. But around the time of gold, senior gold, kind of somewhere between gold and senior gold, maybe it's ruby, but I think most people it's gold and senior gold, that number that you're making, even when you have 1,000 PV, is going to be less than the number for a team. If you have a team that's staying consistent and ordering every month, that number is going to be bigger than the customer number. Okay, at some point that switches, and then the light bulb moment comes on in your head, and you're really glad you built a team. So Lori's right. If you have, I would say, even if you're at like 700 or 800 PV, really, really consider flipping those people. Whoever will. Not all of them are going to. Some people are just going to be like, oh, no, I don't join anything. I'm not joining anything. But it's silly because they're getting their products on auto ship as a customer. So really, as an ambassador, it's the same exact thing. They're getting their auto ship. Their convenience order is coming to them every month. It's just that it's cheaper for them. We're getting their products cheaper. So really talk to this month in particular, talk to your people about converting over to be ambassadors, because that could be the thing that helps you get, instead of having 10 ambassadors this month, having 16 ambassadors this month. And I will say this too, if this month you get to the end of the month and you're like, I don't have 16, I only have 9, or I only have 10 or whatever, or 3, there's next month. The work that you do this month, planning, talking to people, inviting people on this journey, reaching out, doing all those things, you could have a snowball effect in July where you do have 6 ambassadors that you sign up that month. And then your people are starting to duplicate. And then you're getting to 20 that month instead of 16. So you just made up for last month.
Do upgrades from like retail to preferred count as the 10 points, or does it have to be like a customer to ambassador?
I think, Lori helped me with this, but I think so.
Yeah, it would count. It would count. Any customer that would, then become an ambassador, they would count.
But what if a retail goes like to preferred?
Yeah, that's.
But they're still a customer.
I don't think that counts.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right. It doesn't. I don't think that does
Okay.
count. So, and hey, if you guys have retail, talk to them. They're getting ripped off.
I have been, trust me.
Okay, so put Amber or somebody in the chat with that person, because they need maybe a third-party validation to realize that that is the worst way they can possibly be getting their plexus.
Will do.
Yeah. If you are telling somebody over and over and over again, hey, preferred's the better deal, or hey, you've been a customer of mine for over a year. Do you want to just go ahead and join as an ambassador? And they're not listening to you, they're not getting it. Definitely utilize your sponsor and do a three-way chat or a phone call, because sometimes just because that person, they'll be like, oh, she's a Ruby, okay, I'll listen to her. People are weird like that. So sometimes they just need
the right number.
What other questions, you guys? Ask me anything, seriously. You don't want FOMO, fear of missing out. You don't want to be like, oh, I wish I could have gone to Leaders Retreat. I don't think it's impossible. Les Brown was talking about, just positive affirmations and belief. That was the whole theme of our convention, believe that you can. Sometimes it just really honestly is a mindset, and you've got to write out your goals. I use like a dry erase board. I, write it on my calendar, whatever, like follow up, and just write out those goals, and you can make this happen. What else? Anything else? And don't look at it like, oh my gosh, 16, that's freaking me out. That's a big number. How am I going to do that? I don't have anybody duplicating right now. I'm the only one that adds on my whole team. Look at it at bite-sized chunks. Look at each week at a time. And really your goal should absolutely be signing 3 ambassadors. Sheila Medina, our first diamond, has a great YouTube video. You can go look it up. It talks about sponsoring 3 and the power of 3. And once you sponsor 3, and then maybe one of those 3 starts sharing and sponsoring people, that's how you grow your team. So look at it as weekly goals, and, be bold. The other thing too, okay, somebody else ask a question really, because, but it is the best deal to join. And I think some of you may or may not have that in your heart. Maybe you're brand new, or maybe you've been with us a while and you still are just way more comfortable sponsoring, having people join you in this journey, whatever, as customers, right? Or maybe you're nervous about talking about, when you talk about this, do not say, because I made this mistake. I'm telling you guys from what I've learned over the time. Like when I first started, I would send them that little graphic that shows 3 ways to buy. And I would tell them about all 3 ways to buy. And I would always start with retail and then preferred and then join. At some point, I think it was around gold, senior gold, I was like, we're switching this up now, because I saw the vision, I saw the potential to change my family's future financially. And I said, I joined for the best deal. Why shouldn't they? And so I started sharing not the business opportunity first necessarily. It is, but it isn't. Because some people will join you just because they see that it's the best deal. I remember when I met with Gloria and Steve at Starbucks, I gave them a sample of the pink drink and they split it. And Steve, I said, it's, and our prices have changed now a little bit. So I don't know all the prices memorized quite yet. But, it was $124.95 to be a preferred customer. And it was $10 more to join and have your own website and be able to share it or not. It's up to you. And Steve got out his little I don't even think he needed the calculator. I think he did it in his head. And he said, well, this is a no-brainer. Hi, Steve. What did you say, Steve? He said it's a no-brainer. Like, it's just a better deal to go ahead and join than to be a customer, because then each month, you know, they're paying just, I think it's $114 now a month to get the triplex. That's cheaper than a preferred customer, $130 something I think it is now. So why the heck not, right? People see that value. Why do you think people go to Target instead of Dillard's? They want the same thing cheaper. So we should be shouting from the rooftop that joining is the best deal. The biggest important thing, though, is that you have to, you know, really have that talk with them that you've got to commit to 60 to 90, preferably 90 days, so that, you know, you're not just giving up too early or too easy. And I'm getting ready to, I'm going to do a little post thing tomorrow about how to get your inactive people back, because now is the time to get those inactive people back. That's going to, I'm trying to think, that won't help you get to Leaders Retreat because it's not a new ambassador. But anyone on here that has an ambassador that's been turned off for over a year or more, and they send in their cancellation form, you know, message me about that ambassador, because there's a possibility that we can have their account wiped out and you can re-sign them up. And if so, they might just count for Leaders Retreat. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there as a possibility for those of you that have been with me a long time. But yeah.
Yeah, but what if they don't? What if we send in the cancellation form and they don't wipe them out?
You mean like you recently sent in a cancellation form?
No, I haven't yet. I have one.
I think the last time I checked with a liaison, they said that it had to have already been done. Like, I actually have one that messaged me while I was at convention who, she quit over a year ago and filled out the cancellation form a year ago. And so she's not anywhere in my report. She's not in there at all. She's already wiped out. So that person, I'm waiting on her. She's, you know, we're working together on it, but I'm waiting on her. I think she's going to re-sign up all over again. And she can, because it's been over 6 months. I think the thing is, it has to be at least 6 months since they filled out that cancellation form. So if you have somebody that's not been active, but they never filled out that cancellation form, if they've been off for 6 months or a year or whatever, but they never ever filled out that, I don't think they're going to let you re-sign them up, because
I didn't think so. I just wanted to be clear.
Yeah, no, I'm glad.
I don't think so either.
Yeah,
that's okay. I think she's gonna order anyway.
Good. See, that's all you want, really. You just want them to order again. So yeah, I mean, 2 things that this team needs to really, and if you're on Amber's team, she's pushing for Emerald. Like, now is the time to go back and get those inactive people back, but you want them committed. You do not want to, if they're flaky about it one bit, then never mind. Or work on them next month, you know, because next month is really when she's going to need those inactives back, is July. But now is really, if you're on Amber's team and you're wanting to be an Emerald team together, awesome. You need to be adding, you need to be committed to getting at least 3 ambassadors to help your team go Emerald. And also to help you get to Leaders Retreat. It's going to help everything. I mean, the thing is, you guys that were with me when I was running for Emerald, promotion after promotion after promotion. You guys promoted right along with me. That's the most promotions we've ever had in a month. The month that I went Emerald, we had, I believe it was 20 or 21 promotions that month. So you have the opportunity, if you're willing to work hard, to promote right along with your team and be an Emerald team together and be at a higher rank than you were. And this is the summer to do it. I'm just convinced. It's incredible how our company has just done the timing perfectly, because traditionally our business is really busy January through May or June, right? And then it kind of can die off sometimes because people are like, oh, I'm already in my swimsuit. I guess I'm just going to be fat, whatever. Or they're just like, I don't care about my health anymore, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, people tend to kind of taper off in the summer and the fall. But we are not tapering off this summer. It's completely changed. It's a game changer.
It's going to be huge. Huge.
It already is huge.
I'm super excited.
Yeah, and if you guys didn't hear my live earlier today, really, and this was actually Lori's idea. She brought this up to me today. You tell it. You don't remember what you told me? About the Action Pack people?
Oh, for the Action Pack people.
Yeah.
You did mention it. You mentioned it on the
live, but not everyone was on that live, so I want you to
Okay.
talk about that. 'Cause that's
you know, it's recommended on the packaging, and in the clinical studies, they use 2 slim packets per day. So that's one way you can, if people are just slowly having some results but want to see more, suggest that they use both packets, the 2 packets per day, because they have it. So I think that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, because I mean, what theoretically could have happened? You could have lots of inactive ambassadors that haven't been doing Plexus for a while decided to come back on and get the Action Pack because they were excited because that was the only way to get the new Slim, right? And they were like, it's a better deal. I'm getting 2 bags of Slim and all these trial packs. Well, you know as well as I know, some of them are not out selling it, sharing it. They're not posting on Facebook. They've still got those sample packs in their box, right? So if that's the case, and that's why you need to reach out and reach out and talk to the people that ordered the Action Pack from you. I can't reach out to all of them. That's too many people for Rebecca to do.
Right.
You've got to reach out to every person, go through your list, figure out who ordered the Action Pack last month. You just look at their PV. If you look at your ambassador, click on their name and their order history, it'll say 150. You know that was an Action Pack, okay? Or click it to make sure if you want. But reach out to that person and say, hey, I'm so excited you decided to give Plexus another try. Don't you just love the new Slim, how it tastes? Isn't it awesome? How are you doing on it? Are you about to run out? Just say that. Are you about to run out? And then if they're like, no, I've still got a whole other bag over here on the counter, then you need to talk to them and say, well, how, what was your goal? If they say, my goal was to lose weight, then you say, okay, well, or more energy, either one of those things. Then you can say, well, how's that going? And if they say to you, well, I'm not really noticing that much, or I haven't lost weight, or I'm still tired all the time, or I'm depressed, or whatever it is, then encourage them to take 2 a day because they have plenty of it and they got a ridiculously good deal. So it's not like they're spending tons of money. They already have it. And so encourage them to do 2 a day. That way they're running out. That way by the end of this month, they're ready to order more of the new Slim and the Triplex. Really emphasize doing the Triplex with them. Excellent point, Lori. I mean, I'm so glad you brought that up because, that can make a difference for this month. If people are not ordering this month because they have a bunch left over, that can make a difference. But I'll tell you, I think that the fact that we have the new Slim available to everyone tomorrow, that's going to be huge. And so I want every person on here, raise your hand if you'll commit to do this. I'm going to do it with you tonight. Send at least 10, I'm not kidding, 10 messages, 2 hands, to people about, hey girl, hey guy, whatever, hey friend, the new Slim comes out tomorrow. Are you ready to do it? Just say that. Make it simple. I don't know. Use your own personality. Don't send a big, long thing. Just put it out there. And maybe you'll have 1 or 2 message you back in the morning. The best thing to do is message people at night before you go to bed because then you don't have to stew over it and freak out over it and cry over it. You just wake up and go, oh, 1 person loves me. Let's sign them up now.
I'm going to be messaging. My messages are going to be what time they can purchase it.
What time? I don't even know this. Did you read an email that I didn't see?
Yes, I guess I did.
Okay, tell me about it, girl.
I think it's 10:30 Eastern.
10:30 a.m. Eastern?
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Okay, someone's asking a question. Sarah says, do we know if they are going to have the triplex with a new Slim
I think
with
so.
2 bags since it was the amount? No, it's just one. A triplex is still just 1 bag of Slim and then your Bio and your BioCleanse. Someone can always order an extra bag of Slim, though, if they really want to. I mean, the reason people usually don't do 2 bags of Slim with the triplexes because it is more expensive to do it that way. You know, not a lot of people are going to be able to afford to do that. But, and I always tell people 1 slim is enough. I lost 40 pounds doing 1 slim a day. Thank you. My husband lost 50 pounds doing 1 slim a day with the triplex. It can be done. You know, you have to emphasize that with people. It's not a get skinny, just drink your drink and eat cheeseburgers and pizza and you're going to lose weight. It's not that. You got to change your eating. You got to let the products change your cravings. All right. I could talk all night. You know that. So let's do 2 more questions. Does anybody have a question that they're just dying to ask?
Rebecca,
Yeah.
do you have something special that you say to try and flip your customers to ambassadors?
Honestly, what's worked for me is just saying just that, like, hey, I see you're loving your plexus. I'm so glad you're ordering every month. Have you thought about getting it cheaper? Does that interest you, getting it cheaper? That's really all I say. And most people are like, yeah, how do I do that? Do I have to sell it? No, you don't have to sell it at all. And I tell them, I say, I have over 1,500 people on my team. Not all of them are selling it. A lot of them, most of them are just ordering it every month and keeping it to themselves. I'm never going to pressure you about selling anything. You have to come to me. That's what I tell them. So most people are like, okay, let's do it. And if they're not, put them in a chat with me, girl.
I'll do that. Although I sent that graphic today, the one that says it's with the clinical thing on it, and it's been someone I've been after, and she said, well, will you just do all of it for me, and I'll do preferred customer? I said, sure, send me the information. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to sign her up.
As an ambassador or a preferred
Well, she
customer?
wants to be a preferred customer first.
Yeah. Yeah. People see the value in getting it cheaper. They just do. Okay. Does anybody else have another question?
Rebecca, I don't have a question, but I just want to tell everybody, like kind of what I did last month. This year has been crazy for our family, just everything that's been going on. But last month I decided that I was just going to just dive in, and I actually did it kind of at the very end of the month. And I just sent Lori a message and I said, hey, what do you think about me putting on Facebook, if you could try Plexus for free, would you try it? And she's like, okay, well, what are you going to do whenever they reply to you? And I was like, well, I have 3 bags of Slim that are not open, that are sitting in my cabinet, and I'm just going to send out samples of Slim. And so I ended up sending over 30 samples of Slim out, and my husband thought I was crazy because that was money that I was just giving away. But I ended up getting 3 ambassadors from that, and 2 of the people that have tried the Slim have already ordered a 7-day trial to do whenever I said, don't take it because our team is doing a 7-day trial, so I want you guys to do it with us. And then I have another girl that wants to sign up. It's just she's trying to buy a house, so it's crazy trying to get with her. So just doing that one post, and I don't know, I've been sharing for 20 days every single day, and people are seeing me. My sisters got back on board. My mom wants to be a preferred customer again, and we're trying to get her to sign up. So it really does work. If people just really share every single day, like every single day, people are watching you, and they're like, oh my God, Heather, you got all this energy and you got them 2 boys. Like, how are you doing this? And I'm like, Plexus. So just keep sharing. Don't stop. Whenever you stop, people are like, oh, that was just something that she was just trying to sell, you know. Yeah. I mean, she stopped doing it, so why would I start doing it? So it really, really does work. I mean, last month was amazing for me. And like I said, I really didn't start until like almost halfway through the month. So just keep sharing, and it will work. I have people that I have not even contacted asking me, Heather, how do I get this Plexus stuff? So it's awesome.
You want to say something, Lori? She's like beaming over there. We're so proud of you, girl.
I'm just excited. I'm super excited for my whole team. Our whole team has just been blowing up, and it's just been incredible.
Her team added 36 people this month. That's a record.
That's crazy.
Never added that many, right? 36.
No, 36.
And there's going to be more this month. I know it. And I am so excited about Heather. And I'm going to tell you guys a story about Heather. So Heather did the business with us, what, a year ago? Or I don't know.
Yeah, it was a year ago, like this month. So
Yeah.
mhm.
And so, and Lori had reached out to her. Dawn, her sponsor, had reached out to her. And just life, whatever, like it just wasn't the right time for her. She was going through a lot, you know, but I told Lori, I'm going to call Heather. And I called Heather one afternoon and we had a great talk. And you know what?
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe you share how you felt. Like I just poured belief into Heather. I was like, you can come back to
Mhm.
this. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Like you may have,
And
go ahead.
We don't give up. We're not giving up on her.
Well, because she kind of came out like a bolt of lightning when she started. And so then she just
Yeah.
popped. And now she's back.
I think I added like 7 people my first month. It was crazy. So I did really, really good. And then our house got built and we moved. And then, yeah, it was just crazy.
Yeah.
So-
And looking back, I don't mean to be, but looking back, don't you think if you were just kind of maybe a little bit in excuse mode? Maybe.
No, I was.
I'm not saying that
Yeah.
to be mean. I love you. You know that.
No. And it was a lot of being lazy too, and just making up excuses and letting the like fear of failure like in. And I don't know, it was just the light bulb that came on, and I was like, I'm just gonna do this, and I'm not gonna let failure like be my excuse. If I quit doing it, then I'm gonna fail. That's the only way I'm gonna fail, if I quit doing it. So I've just been doing it, and it is like working, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so easy. Like, why did I stop doing this? So yeah.
You have to give yourself, all of you guys on here, you have to give yourself permission to succeed. Because sometimes it's that negative chatter in your head and your past, and what if I fail? But what if you fly? You know, and
Right.
flying now because she's being you guys, if you're not friends with Heather Sams, go be friends with her and read her post. She wrote a post the other day. She sent it to Lori first. She typed out her why and sent it to Lori, and Lori said, you need to post that thing. And it was amazing. It was incredible. Like I cried reading it, and I'm sure most of her friends on Facebook did too, and that's why they're joining her. Because how many of you?
First of all, I was just talking to Lori, and she was like, I'm going to stop you. And I'm like, okay, did I say something wrong? And she's like, no, I'm stopping you because I need you to stop and write this down. This is your why. And I'm like, what? Like, I didn't even realize it was my why. So yeah, but then I was like, holy crap, like that is it, like that's what I'm doing this for. So yeah,
Absolutely.
it's little things that you don't think like, oh yeah, it just, I don't know, it just clicked. So
So that just makes my heart so happy. So the moral of this story is reach out to people that quit, that you think aren't coming back, or the people that you saw a spark in that you know have the potential to do this, and invite them back.
Right, because you just may have 4 new ambassadors this month.
Yay! All right, you guys. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and end this because it was an hour. I don't want to go much over that. So I'm just looking forward to seeing your faces at Leaders Retreat. I believe in you. I know you can do it. Just put your mind to it. Pray like it depends on God, but work like it depends on you. And you're going to make your goals. Whatever your goal is, whatever your, like just visualize yourself at Leaders Retreat at a different rank. If you're silver right now, Picture yourself gold, because I can tell you if you're adding 16 a month, your team is adding 16 a month. I don't know what rank that would be. It'd probably be, I don't know, it'd be at least gold. I don't know. I need a calculator again, but math's not my thing. But I'm just telling you, if you want to jump to the next level, if you want to be at Leaders Retreat, because there's such a team, it's just the best thing in the world. You guys, you just bond with us. We all bond together. We have fun. We laugh. We take our pictures. It's easier to take a team picture at Leaders Retreat. Way easier than convention. So I'm just looking forward to seeing you guys all there. And, you know, reach out to your sponsors. Whoever's watching this, if you're watching this recorded later, reach out. Okay, somebody asked a good question. I just saw another question. Mariah. Is she still on here, or did she get off? I don't know. There she is. Mama, her baby is due in August or September?
August 25th.
Yay! I'm secretly...
Well, maybe September.
Well, yeah. I mean, I am coming August 9th. I haven't booked the flight yet, but I'm going to do that this week. I promise. I know I keep saying that. I'm coming to see... Andrea and I are coming to see Mariah and Dina and everybody on her team in Wisconsin. And I've never been to Wisconsin. I'm super excited. But she just asked a really, really great question. She said, can babies come to Leaders Retreat? Yes. Yes, they can. You will fit right in. Did you see the pictures of all the strollers that were at convention?
Yes, that's so awesome.
I know. No, you'll actually be one of the cool ambassadors, because you'll have like one of those cool baby wraps. Like, get you a really cute one with flowers or something, like cute baby wrap. Stroller. Tell your husband, I need the fancy stroller because I'm going to Leaders Retreat. He's liking that a whole lot. We'll tell him, you know, you'll be senior gold by then at least, so it'll be fine.
Yes.
All right. Yay. All right, you guys. Thanks again. Have a great night. I'm going to turn off the recording now. Love you, team.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. You can do it. Don't let your mind talk you out of it. You can do it. Good night,
Mhm.
guys.